Tatum.
Again?
Pretty weird to go 3 of 17 consecutive games, right? That's a strange shooting line.
By weird, you mean bad. Yeah, really bad.
Yeah.
And weird. Yeah, especially when it's a top 10 player in the NBA. You don't want to see that one time, never mind 3.
I don't want to make anything out of it outside of just, okay, back-to-back shooting games. It's just so strange after it's so bizarre after the, oh my God, biggest stage, best game of the year by far, 44 points, friggin' killer Tatum, to come back with this again. Because what's weird is sandwiched around that 16 for 25 is a 6 for 14 against the Lakers where he scored 14 points. Then back-to-back 3 of 17s. Really weird. Especially, and again, in and around a time where he's been, a few games before that was a 53, a 32, a 28. So the hot and cold is a little odd on the shots here for him to be this ice cold. So I'll just ask the question again. Nothing to be concerned about, just an off night, or something you saw, Sherrod? Anything in the way he approached tonight?
No, I'm not concerned.
I'm not at all. I'm just wondering. Yeah,
if he's getting the shots that he normally gets and they're just not falling, then shit, they're just not falling. Because when you start looking at his body of work, he's got a lot of games where he shot high 50, low 60% from the field, and over time that stuff's going to average out. So he was due to have a stretch where he'd have a couple of not so great nights. I love the fact that he's doing two things. One, he's getting to the boards, even though he's not making shots. And two, he's getting to the free throw line. He's had 8 attempts each of the last 3 games. And if you look at his body of work this year, Jayson Tatum has not had that stretch at all this season. He's never had 3 games where he's had at least 8 free throws attempts. So he's at least figuring out a way to impact the game offensively, even though he's maybe not knocking down shots.
So it seems like when he has these nights, though, he's going to keep shooting and he's going to try to push his way out of it. And there's been a handful of those where he never escaped. I don't think they happen as much as a Harden or a Westbrook. Like when they really start jacking it gets ridiculous, especially upwards of 24 to 35 times. So I'm fine with 17 to try to work your way out of it. But you do kind of have to reach a point at some night where you either do different things, as you said, and he ultimately did tonight, or start to defer to some other guys, which I actually think he did a good job with tonight as well. So this one bothered me less than the Bulls one. The Bulls one, I think went too far in trying to work his way out of it and ended up stagnating the offense a little bit. But overall, for him too, this has been a phenomenal month overall for him across the board when it comes to his overall production. And this actually was one of his better defensive performances I've seen all year. So he made up for in other ways tonight, certainly.
I thought he did a lot well. He just kind of kept trying to shoot his way out of trouble from long range instead of be a little bit more aggressive. But also it felt like Phoenix put all their attention on him tonight. So it was hard for him to maneuver. So I think he took that pull-up 3 whenever he had it. But they were sending a couple guys out at him. So I don't know that he could have been super aggressive getting to the basket. He was getting blitzed a lot tonight.
Yeah, it felt like they pretty much were like, take Tatum out of the game. And that was the game. That was
make Kemba beat you, and he did. Or make someone else beat you. That clearly was their mentality. And honestly, it should be
double Tatum and pray that Grant plays 40. Yeah, and they didn't realize that Kemba was going to go off tonight, and he did. And that's the difference. And they were cold too on their own end. They were cold. So I didn't feel like there were tons of occasions where I was like, oh my God, Tatum, you're killing them right now. Like there wasn't a ton of shots that were out of flow. There were a couple quick ones, but
they just didn't fall.
They just didn't fall, and it happens, and you move on. He's going to go for 40 in a couple in the next
8 free throws too. That's important. He's been doing that all month too. Yeah.
Okay.